Bismi Allahi al-Rahmani al-Rahimi. We're dealing with major sins and pronunciation with joint of words, major sins in regard to pronunciation of the Quran and major sins in regard to pronunciation of the Kalima. So if we look at it, we have to stop pronunciation of the Quran according to the habits of Kafir, Marwan and his son, Kafir's son, Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan and other evil people. The current practice of Quran recitation worldwide is non-pronunciation of al. Al means the, or joinder of the al to other words, changing its meanings, and also joinder of two words together to unnecessary, which is a sin, and the Bani Israel became cursed for that, moving words out of its places. There are only normal joinders in a word. So only the normal joinders in a word, its dictionary pronunciation and its correct morphological pattern is allowed. Anything beyond that is not. Now let's look at what the Quran says about it. It talks about in the previous verse about the Bani Israel and how they became cursed. They change the words or meanings of a text, distort the truth of facts, pervert the sense or interpretation of something, turn away from the right path or guidance, corrupt or alter the religion or faith. Notice they're changing words or meanings of a text, they're distorting it. Let's continue with the verse. The def al kalima, the word, the speech, the statement, the uttering, the saying, the phrase, the expression from, of, or of, concerning to its places, positions, sites, localities. Now look, you can only say al, you cannot join that al to any other place because you are moving it out of its position and you are changing the meanings. Because when we translate it, it now has a new meaning, and it doesn't have a meaning. It's a whole new word. So for example, it's al nasi. It's not. It's you can't join it to take out this thing to make it bil nasi, or you change the word. It's places, positions, sites, localities, points, stations, locations, situations, occasions, circumstances, instances, passages, portions, regions, district areas, zones, territories, bounds, limits, confines, sides, edges, borders, margins, spaces, intervals, gaps. They forgot, overlooked, neglected, omitted, disregarded, became oblivious, unmindful, heedless, careless, negligent. Other Quran verses are also applicable, and also in verse also about changing the words from its places. It's 540. These are major sins. Currently, the sect of Muslims are following Saudi Arabia blindly, who have taught the ways and habits of the Kafir Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan in Quran pronunciation, right through to Salah, right through to dressing, right through it's not correct. Prevention of women from females from masjids, back rows. They're not following the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now let's look at what's happening in the kalima. Stop committing major sin and pronouncing the kalima like Kafir Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan, joining words and taking it out of its place to say illal in the kalima. Illal has another meaning. So let's look at that quickly and start reciting like our Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Illa al, la ilaha illa Allahi. Now that is correct. That is the truth. Once you said illal, you made a new word. You're saying something that can be translated to mean something not very good or something irrelevant, and you are not saying the right things. The truth only can be said as Muslims. Only normal joinders in a word, its dictionary pronunciation and its morphological pattern is correct. Look carefully from what we read in the Quran, verse 513, how they became cursed. Look, it says there, the speech, the kalimat, the statement, the utterance from or of concerning its places. And this is what the sect called Sunni, following the ways of Kafir Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan, are doing. They taught the Muslims this sect which pronounces the kalima incorrectly, which recites the Quran incorrectly. Joinders of words are not allowed unnecessarily. They are not allowed. They're not allowed. Each word has to be pronounced on its own. Only joinders within a word, for example, an. Now that's the word. It has to be joined. It makes up the word. That's joinders in a word. That's the morphological pattern of the word. That is allowed. These are major sins to be reciting the Quran and the kalima and following the ways of Kafirs.